Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I came across this disturbing video posted by this amazing journalist named Godwin Asadiba. I hope I mentioned it correctly. He had gone to cover a very shocking and disturbing state of the Korlebu Mørtuarÿ. My goodness, I've been shaking, I've been traumatized since I watched the video.
Inside is haunting. Bodies once again are piled on the filthy bare floors, covered in flies. The dilapidated conditions have only worsened, with water droplets from decomposing bodies pooling on the ground, unable to drain due to clogged and poorly maintained channels. The drains, now more choked with filth than ever, are breeding grounds for maggots and other vermin. Despite the public outcry and promises of reform after my first visit here, the situation has deteriorated even further, turning an already grim scenario into a ticking time bomb of public health. The storage rooms, already overcrowded during my last visit, are now beyond capacity. Bodies are decomposing at a rapid rate, creating a hazardous environment not only for the mortuary staff, but also for the surrounding community. For the umpteenth time, mortuary attendants have gone on strike to demand better conditions of service. The General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana, Richard Jordan, revealed that some attendants at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital are developing serious health complications, with others losing their lives. The system remains a disaster waiting to happen. Wastewater, now more toxic than ever, flows untreated from the mortuary into major drains. The smell in here is absolutely unbearable. You can't be able to stay around for more than a minute. Now, it is alleged that the wastewater from the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, together with its morgue, flows through its channels, where it finally passes through this bigger drain, which connects to the Korle Lagoon and finally settles in at the sea. This is unhealthy and poses serious health risk to the populace. This untreated effluent contaminates the waters where local fishermen ply their trade, creating a public health hazard that extends far beyond the mortuary walls. Ojo Asante, not his real name, has been fishing along the seafront where the morgue's wastewater settles for over 20 years. Health experts continue to warn that the untreated discharge from the mortuary is a recipe for disaster. The risk of disaster outbreaks looms large, and the longer this situation is allowed to persist, the greater the threat to the public. The Chief Executive Officer of the Korlebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. acknowledged that there is a general drainage system issue in the morgue. Mortuaries and Funeral Facilities Agency, MOFA, established under the Health Institutions and Facilities Act 2011, Act 829, by the Ministry of Health, is mandated to license, control, and regulate all facilities connected with the storage, transportation, and disposal of human remains. According to MOFA, the current state of the morgue does not reflect the standards of a properly functioning facility, but the challenge extends far beyond the hospital itself. 2 years ago, I stood here and called for an urgent action. This is one of the biggest storage rooms here at the Korle Bu mortuary, where a number of bodies are preserved, from babies, elderly, middle age. Everyone is being kept in here for some time before their family members finally come for the bodies. Now, because most of them delay in coming for their bodies, some of the bodies, as you can rightly see here, are deteriorating. They are rotting away. And these mortuary workers will have to face all these challenges as they continue to work here at the Korle Bu mortuary. Today, I make that call again. Only this time, the situation is even more dire. The Korle Bu Teaching Hospital mortuary is not just a place where bodies go to rest. It has become a symbol of systematic failure, neglect, and the dangers that come when we turn a blind eye on the dead.
Please, this is a call for the government to please do something about it. We understand the situation where the high and mighty travel outside the country to get the necessary medical attention that they need. But please, this is about the citizens who cannot afford to jet off to the UK or America for treatment, or even Italy or any other country at all. This is for the poor citizens who are going to be affected by all this whole situation. It's really disturbing to see that the mortuary attendants are threatening to go on strike because of the inhumane state that they have to work on just to put food on their table. It's not easy attending to the living as a worker. How much more attending to the dead? or everybody is supposed to talk against this situation. There are lots of things going on which is beautifully making the country to stand out, but please, this is supposed to be a priority, because having the water from the morgue channeled to the lagoon, and then the fishermen are fishing from this same lagoon, and people are consuming this food, and of course this water from the lagoon is definitely going to mix up with the other water bodies all over the country, one way or the other, and people get to consume these things. There are people who cannot afford a sachet of pure water. Let's not deceive ourselves. So a lot of people drink from the government water. And then we'll be wondering why people are falling ill up and down. Please, this really calls for attention. It calls for an immediate consideration. Please, please, please. How can a morgue, the dead bodies be left to be decomposing, and then the waters being channel? Oh goodness, it is not good at all. Like he like he clearly mentioned, Ghana, Nigeria, in fact, or even Benin Republic, they've also been in the news some years back for the situation of the mortuaries, and then how it's affecting the community back then. And I think they did something about it. And the good part is even that their gutters and stores are closed. Benin is a very clean country, so most of their gutters are covered. And every weekend they come to open these gutters and do general cleanup. They clean up the drainage, remove all those stuffs, and close it back. Like, very clean country, I must give them that. On the other hand, in Ghana, most of the gutters are open, so you can clearly see all the dirty waters, and um, all the wastes that people drop and all that. And it's not good for the health. It will make the air to be contaminated, and definitely it's going to contaminate even the food that we eat. So imagine someone like me who is a fish lover. Now it's gonna give me phobia to consume fish, because we don't know the state of the water that they had fished from, and people that are consuming these fishes, they are exposed to certain infections and all that. So please, they should take this pattern that Kenya and South Africa and even the US, this style that he mentioned that they use. I think the government should look into it and please take the necessary steps to do something about it. It's really, imagine the situation is like this. Now imagine if if morticians decide to really go on strike, nobody is going to be attending to any dead bodies or corpses that are being brought to the mortuary. And even the ones that are already inside, how do you think we are supposed to survive? Now, there's this mortuary in Nigeria, somewhere in the eastern part of Nigeria, where they do dried embalmment. I think that's what they call it, dried embalmment. This one, I think they use a chemical or something, and it makes the body, the body to dry up. So there won't be any. It will just be as dry as a stick or wood. So there won't be any need to be worrying about decomposing or the body smelling, and all those kind of things. So I think it's a nice idea, if you ask me, since people can't really do without taking bodies to the mortuary, which I don't even know why. Personally, I would want a situation where um, if I buy tomorrow, make my body, may they just cremate them. If the organs where they useful to donate them to people who need them, and just burn off the remaining parts. And I don't even know the need for all those taking to mortuary, embalming, and then planning a ceremony, this one, that one. I know it's culture, I know it's a lot of people's tradition and all that, like they do in Nigeria, but I find those things as unnecessary. There are things that needs to really be looked into. It's not easy. Someone would buy in America, they will spend millions to fly the dead body to Nigeria to go and put in the mortuary in the east, and then start planning funeral, big funeral, and then they will now, all these things, for person we don't buy, the necessary. What do you guys think? Do you think all these things, all these steps are necessary? Do you think the when person buy, they should just, I think, at least, even if there has to be funeral, make they put the person for ground first, you know just bury the dead, make the dead go rest, then they plan for a funeral service and all that. But I mean, to go keep for mortuary, some people dey mortuary 3 years. Why? Some people no dey even pay again, so the morticians dey leave. Most of them, they'll just ignore those ones because nobody they come, or the ones where nobody they come claim, and those kind of stuff. They'll just stay there for a long time. It's worrisome. What do you guys think about this handling of dead body for Africa? Apart from the Muslim pattern, wey be so okay, especially the why they put am for ground immediately, sharp sharp. I think I like that pattern as well. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this and what you think should be done. I think the healthcare system should be a priority, no matter what. This one has nothing to do with any political party. This one is a general thing that can affect every one of us. So we should really speak up about it. Please, please, please. This is very saddening. And no, 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 I beg. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. And I will appreciate it if you can share my video and give me some thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video.